1 minute. That's it. Yeah. How are you? Can you hear me? I think, are you mute? I think you're muted. I think you've muted
Am I?
yourself. Oh, yeah, I can hear you now. Sorry.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's just,
Right. Good.
yeah. Right. So, do you want to do the opening remarks, please, bro?
Yes. Welcome along to the Alien Spaceship again. Here we are on what is, in most places, I think, a gloriously warm, hot, sunny day in
Absolutely.
good old Great Britain. So, anyway, I'm Trevor Gear, and he calls me Bruv.
And I'm Emmy Hikins, and he calls me Cuz. Welcome to the Alien Spaceship. Yeah, so, over to you, bro.
Well, it was actually your post, wasn't it? You put something
Oh, yeah,
on our Alien Spaceship WhatsApp about a lady who I think it said she wanted to go and live on, or she has gone to live on a cruise ship for the rest of her life, or I think it said, did it say 15 years, which I think probably is her retirement years, etc.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was quite interesting to think somebody might do that. So I think, having looked into it a little bit, what I think some cruise lines tend to say is that some people retire and spend a lot of time cruising, especially if they've done it over the years.
Yeah.
And particularly if one of them were to die in those retirement years, which of course will happen, if they have cruised a lot, very often, or sometimes at least, the surviving partner will go and live on a cruise ship
All right.
because they figure it can sometimes be, well, they say it could be as cheap as living. I think the lady in your thing you posted was in California.
Yeah.
So again, I think it depends on a number of things: how much money you've got, what you're prepared to pay to live on a cruise ship, even for a year. Cruise companies tend to say that very often retired couples will spend between 3 and 6 months on a cruise rather than doing the whole thing. I mean, there's no numbers available for people who may go and live on the cruise ship, but 3 and 6 months. I mean, from Britain, from Southampton around the world cruise takes 6 months. So if you did a 3 month cruise, you could go to Australia, fly back, or vice versa. A 6 month cruise will be around the world. And I guess for many people, that would be quite enough, really. It's a long time to be at sea, although you stop at various places along the way.
Hmm.
So, what's your view of that? Well, you posted that, and did you think that maybe in your retirement years you might decide you want to go on a cruise ship? Have you ever been on a cruise?
No, I would never go on a cruise.
No. Well,
Yeah, I
but
would
you
never.
don't like the sea. I think we've said that
Yeah,
before, haven't you?
yeah. It's the sea. I don't know. It's too far from land. I love land.
Yeah, you love
And I love,
land.
yeah, and I love to have my feet on the ground. I don't mind islands. But then being on a cruise ship, just going around the world and actually not being on land. I know I've said land
On
a lot.
terra firma.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but then you say the same about flying, don't you? You still have
yeah,
rather have your feet
I
on
would.
land, on the ground, than up there on the sky. But you
Yeah, I would.
sometimes think it's worth, in some instances, it might be worth trying something, whatever it is, because maybe we think we go through life thinking, oh, I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
And then we don't try it, and we will never know if it's something, whether it's flying in an aeroplane or something, whether it's flying in an aeroplane or going on a cruise ship or anything else.
Yeah.
Do you ever think some of these things you would want to try?
I mean, we are creatures of habit, aren't we? Where, we do one thing and we just continuously do that thing over a period of time because we feel comfortable doing it. And I
Mm.
think I'm a very good case study for that.
I think you are actually,
I'm a
but
very
then
good
you
case. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, no, that's fair enough. I think sometimes we find out we might like something more than we thought we would, but anyway, that's what some people do. They decide to spend their remaining years on a cruise ship, and of course, there's pros and cons to that if you think
Yeah,
about it. Let's think about one or two of the pros. Well, I
right.
guess a lot of in modern society, a lot of the tasks we have in our homes are done by the cruise ship company. For example, they do the cooking. They have always good food to eat pretty much 24/7.
Yeah.
So they cook, so you wouldn't have to do that. They do the cleaning. You get your cabin made up, etc. So you don't have to worry about that. They do your laundry, and so many things like that. So that's quite an attractive thing if a couple are in their retirement years and they get a bit fed up with do, doing the same thing with their feet on land, as you say. I can understand that's a positive for them. And then maybe social activities. Cruise ships, they do have a lot of social vibrancy, I think you could say.
Yeah.
Not least, they have a theatre on the ship, and the quality is well known nowadays. The quality of shows, of performances, of musicals on cruise ships is actually the same or better than that in the West End of London or on Broadway in New York. I mean, it really is a
All right.
very high standard. There's actually a number of restaurant types in New York, and I suspect elsewhere in America, called Ellen's Diner. And they have a long list, a long line of people waiting to join them as waiters and waitresses. And these people are aspiring actors, actresses, dancers, singers. And the one thing they all want to get to in the next step after joining one of these diners is to go on a cruise ship for a couple of years, because they know it's great training. It's great training for their performing side, but it's a long wait sometimes to get into these diners. I actually was fortunate last year to go to one of these Ellen's diners, and it's we waited to get in for an hour or so because it's again very popular, and you can't really book there. So you get in, and we actually went on to sort of the first floor, like a mezzanine floor at a time.